in the excellent category for the last 10 consecutive years in the annual public service performance evaluation, with a population of over 14,000 students. The university offers a wide range of courses at both undergraduate and postgraduate levels. Our courses are market-driven, and in addition, they offer key transferable skills and attributes to equip our students with the skills needed for highly competitive modern workplace. The university currently has 7 schools and a TVET institute. All our schools are highly qualified and experienced staff that are committed to developing the skills and career aspiration of our students. The theme for the Macadamia Conference this year, Empowering Kenya's Macadamia Industry through collaborations for enhanced value and sustainability, reflects our shared commitment to the future of this golden nut. As a university, we are pleased to be at the forefront of developing improved macadamia varieties with higher yields, better climate resilience, and enhanced nut quality. The University of EMBU serves as a vital knowledge hub for Kenya's macadamia sector, ranging research, education, and practical farming needs. Its location in a key macadamia production county of EMBU is a blessing to farmers and the stakeholders in the sector. We have laid our focus on research and capacity building, especially for the small-owner farmers. Our work with the farmers has resulted in improved farming techniques, enhanced market access through channel and digital marketing, research, and policy influence. The university's integrated approach, combining academic rigor with a field-based solution, positions it as a catalyst for sustainable growth in Kenya's valuable macadamia industry. Future directions may include expanded digital extension services and the stronger farmer-researcher partnership based on the institution's existing and extension, trains our students in production, recent research publications examining market engagement, improving the process. Lastly, let me say that to our farmers, macadamia is not just a crop, it is a passion and a livelihood, and the university has established itself as key player in supporting macadamia farmers through research and extension services. We pledge to continue working with the farmers and the stakeholders to empower Kenya's macadamia industry for enhanced value and sustainability. Our next 2 days, we shall diverge into various discussions at bolstering the potential of this powerful industry. I wish you a wonderful stay at the university and fruitful deliberations. We look forward to interacting with all of you in exchanging ideas for a brighter future for this sector. Thank you and welcome. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Mwalimu. You know, teachers teach a lot, lecturers talk. So, Your Excellency, sir, I know you're short of time. I will try to make sure that any other speaker will take maximum 3 minutes or 4 so that we allow you to leave. But allow me, sir, if I could invite just 2 young farmers, because in your manifesto, in what you're doing in agriculture, we want farming to be taken up by young people. Shall I invite Catherine Wanja to come over? As I do that, I want to request the AFA team to stand wherever they are, just to wave. AFA team. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Honorable Kithure Kindiki, our Deputy President, all protocols observed. My name is Catherine Wanja from Embu County, and I'm a young farmer. I'd like to brief a little bit, and I'd like to say that it takes a lot of guts to stand behind the microphone. And I started farming during the COVID, where everyone was confined to their homes. and I realized that I had a passion for the soil. The tree to grow, it doesn't just grow. You really have to be very consistent and very passionate as you care for the tree. Actually, you become a plant parent. And there's need for progressive variety of the seedlings when it comes to planting. So I planted in Meru, and there are some challenges there because water is a challenge and termites. So on and on, I had my plants ready, and some of them are ready for harvest, and some still are struggling. But I'd like to say that macadamia is a plant that will give you money. And I believe that everybody loves money here. And I've not come across someone who doesn't love money. And it has its benefit, and it has, you have to, some of the benefits is that you sell the nut, and the husks will give you manure, and also briquettes. And also you can have oil. And more so, the tree itself gives us climate. We need to embrace the tree because of its benefit. Just one tree would give you like 100 kgs. On a lower scale, averagely, you see. And if you have like 100 trees, you can do the math. You will know how much you stand to benefit. It will give you an income that will last you all. And I'd like to say that we would like the government also to help us embrace and also teach us, give us platforms where we can be taught to practice that will go from one generation to another by people who come to. We would like to commend the government, the county government of EMBU, which actually facilitated the forming of a cooperative where farmers are to register. People stealing and selling as their product. So I really want to commend the government on that. And also, I'd like to say the in-shell, we thank you, the government, for even stopping the in-shell cell exportation of the nut outside the country. I'd like to encourage the young farmers to embrace good farming practices, and let's love our country. Let's plant macadamia trees. Thank you.
Asante sana Catherine. Vile vile pia the boy child anapanda macadamia. David, you could come over.
Your Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Professor Kithure Kindiki, the Deputy Governor of the County Assembly of EMBU, Mr. Kinyo Amugo, the Principal Secretary, members of the Parliament and members of the County Assembly present, the DG AFA and the Chairman of AFA, the Vice Chancellor of University of EMBU, distinguished representative from international partner organizations, macadamia processors, exporters and agribusiness stakeholders, fellow farmers and youth in agriculture, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is David Yutonga. Personally, I come from this place. I'm a farmer and also into the journey of processing. But before you process, you become a farmer. Being born here and bred here, I'm a product of macadamia. I remember when I was schooling, I could visit my auntie in a place called Kibogo, whereby we used to harvest macadamia, and she could give me some macadamia to go and sell and pay my school fees. And so for me, I'm standing here as a product of macadamia, and more so to appreciate AFA, who has really embraced farming. And one of the things that has made me to stand here, if you look around or if you do a research of the farmers, 50% or 60%, they are above 50 years. And now as young people, we are saying that we are going to change the paradigm. What do we mean by that? We are going to change farming from the older people to the young people. As you've heard from my colleague or my fellow farmer, one tree can give you approximately 10,000. So as a young person, if you are able to plant 100, in a year you are able to do 1 million. What that means is you just need 1 acre of a shamba. Why are we calling the young people? What we are going to do, we are looking at what do young people love. That is one thing. And so what we are saying in a group that we are in, or in a company that we are in, we are saying that people or young people love sports. So we have come up with a project or a program where we are saying it is sports and agriculture. So we are bringing people who love sports together, and we tell them we can do agriculture even as we do football. Like for example, we have enrolled like 3 teams. One is Kiangema FC, another one is Nebure Sportif, another one is Red Planet. So what we are doing, we are encouraging them to set up a nursery. So when, as a club, you set up a nursery, we train you on how to do the best practices. You give us the best product or the best seedling for what? For macadamia and other products. In the same team, we make sure that we train them on how to be best field officers, agronomists. So we bring on board agronomists, they teach them on how to do agriculture. So in the next, like, actually what we are saying, in every year, we are going to plant around 50,000 seedlings of macadamia. So as a young man, I have a vision that there is a saying that Wangari Maathai said one time. He's saying there is a challenge, or the problem is the generation that destroys the environment, it's not the generation that pays the cost. Us as young people, we are ready to pay the cost. And when we be rolling out this program, we are calling upon the government, that is the AFA, to support us have the quality macadamia, to support us in educating our people. And I know, like for me, I've given myself a challenge. And His Excellency, I know you love, maybe in one way or the other, you love football. I say in myself, I love one person by the name Lionel Messi. As we stand here today, Lionel Messi has scored 863 career goals. So in the next 10 years, I want to make sure that I plant 863 macadamia seedlings. So I'm going to establish a farm by the name Lionel Messi. So that is the thing that we are bringing to the young people. That in the next like 10 years, we'll have people embrace, young people embracing agriculture. So Your Excellency, we are calling upon your support, the private investors, kindly come and support us, the AFA, and also the NGOs, that we can do this. And the generation actually is promising that macadamia will be the gold in Embu County, in Kenya, and the world at large. Asanteni sana, na ukirudi ukumbuke kuna kijana huyu, anaitwa David Getonga, anajaribu kuset up a small facility for the youth. Tafadhali, ukirudi kule, mkumbuke, unaweza saidia mahali. Mungu akubariki sana.
Thank you very much, David. Maybe you can get a friend of yours also to idolize Ronaldo and go to 1,000 goals. Your Excellency, sir, before I invite the next speaker, allow me to say a thing or two about macadamia. It is grown in over 20 counties across Kenya, supporting more than 200,000 smallholder farmers and contributing significantly to rural employment incomes and foreign exchange. Your Excellency, the leading counties as at now is Murang'a, Meru, Embu, and Kiambu in that order. To date, AFA has licensed 36 processors But sir, only 40 to 50% of our processing capacity is utilized. This presents a major opportunity, therefore, for value addition in this subsector. But as AFA, we remain firm and committed to promoting this value chain. I'm giving these numbers because the feeling is that we have now a lot of macadamia without capacity. The capacity is there. So you can increase production, and there will be a lot of uptake for this. Allow me to welcome the Deputy Governor of EMBU to come and make his remarks. Thank you.
Our Deputy President, His Excellency Kithure Kindiki, PS Agriculture, Dr. Paul Rono, DG Food and Technology, Food and Agriculture, that's Dr. Bruno, our Senator, Mr. Mundigi, MP, Mbeere South, Engineer Norbert Morioki, our women rep, Madam Joki, our speaker, Mr. Deriko, the entire membership of the Assembly, Board of Directors of AFA, and other stakeholders, the County Commissioner, and the entire GAO team, officers from EMBU County Government, ladies and gentlemen, our wakulima, Professor, without forgetting me, Professor Mugendi, who is hosting us in this university. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me, Your Excellency, to communicate the message from My Excellency, the Governor of EMBU County, who sent her apologies. She will not be with us today, so I'm stepping in for her. I'm the Deputy Governor, so I'm holding brief for Her Excellency, the Governor of EMBU County. I'm sure what I'll be communicating, there are issues that most likely could be cross-cutting, because macadamia issue, macadamia challenges, they are cross-cutting. What is happening in Muranga could be happening in Kirinyaga, could be happening in Meru. Your Excellency, our chief guest, EMBU County is amongst the highest macadamia producing counties, that is both in quantity and quality in Kenya. Macadamia is mainly grown by small-scale farmers, usually as an intercrop with other crops. Unakuta, you have the coffee, you have the tea, so we intercrop. And this happens in the upper Midland areas of the county. That's the tea and coffee zones. It is a major foreign exchange earner and provides employment and income at a household level. And I'm sure this happens not only in EMBU, it's in all the macadamia producing counties. Currently, I'm giving an example of EMBU so that also maybe the farmers we are from EMBU here can see where we are. Currently, 15,860 farmers with at least 10 trees are involved in the enterprise, with a total acreage of 1,525 hectares in EMBU, with a total tree amounting to 2,335 and 700. Ladies and gentlemen, productivity average is 30 kilogram per tree, but with a potential of between 55 to 75 kilograms. That's per annum. Obviously, the production varies depending on the various issues. Number one is the quality of the seedling. The other one is the way the plant is tended, the way that is tended, pruning, manuring, and all those factors. They come into play, and that's what determines the production in terms of quality and quantity. Farmers grow a mix of variety. Those recommended for commercial production are, Director talked about Muranga, Kirinyaga, and the rest. We have in EMBU, we grow what you call MR KRG20, EMB1, KRG15, and KBM3. Your Excellency, since macadamia is mainly grown as an intercrop, farmers rarely apply the recommended agronomic practices, such as manure, fertilizer application, pruning, pest and disease control. However, the macadamia trees benefit as farmers tend to other crops. During establishment, and that's what Mr. Bruno was trying to say, during establishment, few farmers observe the recommended pure stand spacing, which is supposed to be 7.5 meters times 7.5 to the average. The low productivity of an average of 30 kilograms per mature tree can be attributed to inadequate application of the recommended agronomic practices. Your Excellency, there are 4 macadamia processors in the county who buy and process macadamia, mainly for export. Processors either buy directly from the registered farmer, from the contracted farmers, or through marketing agents. Marketing agents aggregate the produce in rented stores in various markets before delivering to the processors. Processors and their marketing agents are registered by AFA, that's AFA. So we are dealing, is a system that's done in a very professional, obviously, and also within the law. The agents, the farmers, we are very much on the check to ensure that things are done the way they're supposed to be in the law. Although there is need for collective marketing, the existing macadamia farmers cooperative in EMBU has very low membership. That is 158 members, and has not started aggregating or rather correcting for marketing. Your Excellency, we're working very hard to ensure that we sensitize our farmers and teach them on the importance of coming together in cooperative. So that's a responsibility in our part as a county government, and we are on it. We shall ensure that, in fact, farmers come together for their own benefit. Let me appreciate the 4 processors, who are namely the Privnat. We appreciate you because of the input you have also given. We know that you have some nurseries where you are selling the seedlings to the farmers at a highly subsidized prices. We have the Libuan group. We have Jumbo nuts, and we have the tropical EPZ mark. Your Excellency, those are the main processors in EMBU, and we really appreciate them because they have created a job for our people, both at the production, at the factory level, and also through that value chain. Your Excellency, there are some interventions we are doing at the county, and also we know that there are some through collaboration with the national government, county, and also the processors. Some of these interventions, Your Excellency, is the provision of extension services to farmers to improve on the crop productivity. This is done in a collaboration with the processors in the county. Currently, as we talk, there is an ongoing macadamia farmers and extension staff training program on good agricultural practices, also referred to as GAPS, in the county, supported by the following. 1, Center for Promotion of Imports and Development and Developing Countries. That is Center for Promotion of Imports from Developing Countries, CBI. Privnat is also involved in the training, and also we have the tropical EPZ mark. Provisions of free certified seedlings to farmer by the county government is another intervention, and I'm happy, Your Excellency, to inform you that the county has distributed, within the last 1 year, 40,000 macadamia seedlings to 8,000 farmers across the county. Processors also support registered farmers with the seedlings, as I earlier said. Your Excellency, it's important to highlight a few challenges for your take as you leave this place. The issue of climate change is something that has been in our mouth, has been in our tongues, and is talk that have been there throughout. So the issue of unpredictable weather conditions, which affect flowering and general performance of the macadamia tree, is one of the challenges we have. Second is the pest and the disease, which has lowered the production and nut quality. The other one is crop management. The low application of the recommended agronomic practices, e.g. pruning. For example, pruning, something simple as pruning, it affects the quality and also the quantity of the nut. High cost of farm input, thus making them unaffordable to majority of the farmers, is another big issue. Raw producer prices and lack of organized marketing channels is an issue. That's cross-cutting. I think it's happening all over. The requirement that no raw nuts should be exported has worked against farmers, as it has locked out some would-be buyers. Your Excellency, I think you are aware of that. On farm theft and harvesting of immature nuts, which lowers the nut quality, is another big monster amongst the farmers. Retro or no value addition at farm level, I think, is another issue, Your Excellency. As I conclude, Your Excellency, I would wish to report that as a county that is among the leading counties in production of macadamia nut, we are very keen as a county government to ensure that, in fact, we support our farmers. Also, without forgetting, in EMBU County, we have already built a KAIP, County Aggregation Center, in Mashanga. So we are targeting macadamia to be one of the various chains that we are creating, so that we can have farmers doing the processing for sale and the branding for sale at the Mashanga KAIP Center. Your Excellency, as I close, allow me to make maybe a few comments, not in relation to the farming now, lakini ningependa kusema, Your Excellency, because I'm under pressure, I'm trying to summarize in a hurry so that I may also communicate to the farmers who are here. Your Excellency yangu, on behalf of Embu County, ni kutoa shukurani kwa kunyenyekea na kwa wingi on behalf of this county. Your Excellency, umesimama na wakulima, na si Embu peke yake. Kenya mzima tumeona ukitembea kona zote, trying to support the farmers. And I'm sure out of your effort, tumeanza kuona matunda. And we also appreciate you for visiting us many times. And we are praying that you keep on visiting us. The other day we went to Kavotere coffee mill, and I'm happy you promised the farmers, and they are very excited that there's an audit that you are undertaking, so that you can offset the loan that was taken from the commodity funds, and it has been accruing in interest over the years. Your Excellency, don't forget that issue is still hanging, and the farmers are still reminding us. The issue of Ugakondo is another issue. They also have struggling with another loan, partially borrowed from the commodity fund, and partially, we don't know what happened, but after the audit, we shall be able to establish exactly what happened in the Ugakondo factory. Your Excellency, farmers are happy because the price of coffee, the minimum returns on coffee, as you promised, last year, so this year, it was above, in fact, what we have been talking about. We've been talking about 100 as a minimum return on coffee. But you see in EMBU, even some farmers got as high as 130 plus. So we really appreciate you for that effort. The issue of the subsidized fertilizer, we are sure it has contributed. The other, Your Excellency, I also appreciate, because the price of the milk, you bargained, we have a minimum return of 50 shillings, and we have sustained. There are people who are trying to play mannequin games, and we are on the lookout so that the price of the milk doesn't go down. So with all those things, Your Excellency, you are doing a great job for this county, not only for this county, but for our country. Keep on doing the good job. Finally, I wish to thank you. We know EMBU is a Miran growing county, especially in the warm areas. The part of Manyata, Runyenjes, also all of Mbere North and Mbere South. Your Excellency, we are happy because we understand that there's an MP from some place. We wanted to take a motion to the Parliament and brand Mogoka as if, to describe Mogoka as if it's a drug, but not in the category of Mira. Your Excellency, we are happy for your intervention. We know we have moved ahead of time. We don't talk to the MP, and we know that we have had a meeting with him. Your Excellency, kill that motion as it is. Because by allowing that motion to go through, it will affect thousands of farmers who depend entirely on Mogoka. And Your Excellency, the research that was done, Mogoka and Mira is the same thing. These are just different varieties of Mira. So Your Excellency, support us so that our farmers don't suffer out of reckless and selfish kind of actions by some readers. Finally, Your Excellency, allow me to make a statement here. Or anyone, a reader from EMBU, who is imagining or dreaming that we can get out of the government, aende ambie mama yake hatuwezi toka kwa serikali. Hii serikali, Your Excellency, tulitafuta na shida mingi sana. Nakumbuka Your Excellency ukiwa juu ya roli, tukitembea kaunti mzima, ukiwa natuongoza tukitafuta kula under UDA. There's no way we can look for government. Wakati matunda inagawa, tuanze kutoka. Those distractors, people who are saying that or trying to imagine you can get out of the government, waambiwe hatuwezi toka kwa serikali. We are there to stay for the next 3 years and for the next 5 years. Finally, Your Excellency, I'm saying that because a few days ago, there are some masqueraders who are moving in some parts of this county, pretending to be voicing for the Mira farmers. And I was surprised, because I remember the first time we had a problem with the Mira farmers, with the Mombasa, where they blocked us from transporting Mira to Mombasa. The leaders who intervened, some of the ones who were talking, were not even there. They went to hiding. Governor was out in the country. I ran the delegation. I was with the CS, now CS Roko. Then he was an MP Mbere. I took Norbert. I traveled with the Jokinjero. I traveled with the Mudigi all over the county. And we were able to give people assurance. We had several meetings at the State House, in the Manzoni, and we were able to contain the situation. So, Your Excellency, those masqueraders, we are not a part of it. We know exactly where the problem for the farmers is. Deal with it as it is. Others, Your Excellency, tunakupenda. Hapa ni nyumbani kwako. Ukisema hata ni table room ama bedroom, hapo tuko sawa. So may God bless you. Mungu awabariki sana. Na I wish you all the best in your deliberation this afternoon. Mungu awabariki sana nyinyi wote. Asante.
Yes, pikia makofi. I know he had a lot of other comments, but because of time, I think we cut him a little bit short. Your Excellency, Sir, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, who is our chief guest today, the CS Ruku, I'm seeing you around now, public service, the Deputy Governor of EMBU County and the leadership of EMBU County, the MPs present and the women rep, and all leaders present, the farmers, the exhibitors, Alpha team who organized for this meeting. Amjambo. Your Excellency, I will be very brief because I know you are rushing somewhere. People have talked, and I confirm that the talk is a true talk about this value chain. Today we are here for this special conference on macadamia, and as a Ministry of Agriculture, we want really to join hands together as we open this two-day conference on macadamia, which will support the next conference of next year, a symposium on macadamia in Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, I agree with the comments. As a ministry, we have a program for this value chain, and I want to assure farmers that macadamia is the next gold. And the policy in government, which is under the law, is that there is no exportation of raw macadamia. We have to do value addition so that our farmers and our youth also get employment. Point number 2, Your Excellency, this value chain is under the big program on PETA, and as government, we have put up agripreneurs to assist the farmers in terms of agronomical practices so that they can plan this particular value chain in the right way. Additionally, the seeds we have had, we are putting them in place so that the farmers get the certified seed as we distribute across the 20 counties who are macadamia planting counties. As we continue to make progress in this particular value chain, Your Excellency, I would like to take a moment to reflect on the broader impact of macadamia industry. The sector has seen remarkable growth, with production increasing by 8% in 2023, reaching now a total of 44,364 metric tons. This is a great improvement, and it's because of the intervention the government has put in place. And as a ministry, I want to assure you, Your Excellency, that we'll be on course and focus to make sure that this crop is given attention so that it remains that livelihood for the farmers. I want to appreciate the farmers for the work you are doing, and assure you that we'll remain focused as a you are supported. I want to request you that you be in cooperative. Remain standing. We remain standing to welcome our chief guest, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Professor Gidik. Welcome, sir.
Asante, naomba tuketi. I request that we be seated. First of all, Professor Mugendi and your team here, pongezi for making EMBU University the best performing university and the best performing parastatal in terms of governance in Kenya, and for consistently leading in matters good governance for 10 years. Pongezi. Vice Chancellor, I'll find time to come and visit and have a chit chat with the professors and students and staff. But not today. Today I was invited by the agriculture people, although they have taken too much time, but I've forgiven them because it is their day. I'll only make a request because we have other events in other counties today, 2 other different events in 2 different counties, and we have other meetings in Nairobi in the evening. I'll make my remarks, and then I'll request the colleagues who have just come. I will leave my brother C.S. Roko here to introduce them so that they can greet people, but I have to leave. So C.S. Roko, you will finish for me. Make sure the members of parliament are able to say jambo, and maybe the speaker on behalf of the assembly, because we need to respect the local leaders who have come to be with us, really. Many of them are not farmers. Even if they are farmers, they are not macadamia farmers. But they are our leaders, and they are here because they want to express solidarity with macadamia farmers. So C.S. Roko, once I finish, the program continues. You come, make your remarks, and then you finish the introduction of the leaders, then you hand over the meeting to P.S. Rono and the team. Let me also say, before I say a few formal remarks, that I'm happy to be back. I was here a few days ago, and I'm always here. Sometimes it's never even publicized when I'm here, because this is home. So I pass here on my way to Tharaka Nithi, on my way to Nairobi, almost every week. Sometimes I stop to take tea, some other time. Yeah, so I was here recently, and thank you, Deputy Governor, for telling me that you really don't mind my many visits, and I have not started them when I became Deputy President, because my neighborhood is just here, so we've been passing through EMBU and stopping in EMBU for many years. And allow me to say, I know there have been some issues around Muguka, about Muguka, and there has been some attempt to remove Muguka from the schedule to the Crops Act and the regulations under the Crops Act. I want to thank the leaders, the elected leaders of Embu County, because they have been very persistent and have been together seeking for a solution from government and intervention so that we don't destroy that value chain of Muguka, which is grown in the lower part of this county. I want to thank all of them, the MCAs, the members of parliament from Embu, Waziri Roko, who is the immediate MP from Mbeere North, the governor, the DG, everybody has been very, very focused on this issue. We've had some engagements, and I'm happy to report this morning that the sponsor of the intended legislation, which would have affected Muguka, has agreed graciously to drop that legislative proposal. And for the avoidance of doubt, the credit must go to the leaders of Embu County, from the governor, the senator, the members of parliament, the MCAs. They have been on my back, on my neck, on my phone, everywhere. And I want to report that they have done a good job. We've had a discussion. The Honorable Owen Bayer, who is a colleague of ours, has agreed that in the interest of the country's collective interest, he will drop that proposal. And the proposal had gone to first reading. So it was not a joke. It was not supposed to be a gimmick. It was a serious thing. It had gone through first reading, but we'll find ways within the parliamentary procedures to have that matter dropped, since it is a private member's business owned by a private member. It's not a government bill. So please, Muguka farmers, relax. We have your back. And your leaders got your back. I thought I should share that good news. The other things my brother was talking about, DG Mugo, Kinyua Mugo, they are neither here nor there. Because I don't think there's anybody who knows me or who knows the friendships and the ties between me and the people and leaders of Embu, who could imagine there could be the slightest issue between us and any leader from Embu or any person from Embu, because this is home, so there is no cause of alarm. I saw there were some politicians there trying to create problems, and there are no problems. And to demonstrate there are no problems, apart from what DG has said, I bring you greetings from my sister, Ses Mbaride, the governor of Embu County. She could not be with us because the president has called another meeting at 2 o'clock in State House on livestock vaccination with all governors. That's where she is. She could not be here and be back before 2. And that's why the minister also for agriculture is not here, because he's supposed to be in that meeting. Other than that, we are doing very well. And she will come and say that herself from here, so there's no problem. Having said that, let me now talk about Macadamia, then I ask to be allowed to leave. I am honored to join you today at this first ever National Macadamia Conference here in Embu County, one of our leading macadamia producing counties. I thank the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development through PS Rono, who is here, and the senior officers here. I want to thank you and the macadamia industry for putting together this, and particularly theming this conference to be farmer-centric, because the farmer is a fulcrum for agricultural productivity and progress, and therefore the theming of this first national conference is quite apt. Thank you also for bringing other stakeholders to come and show solidarity with our farmers, growers, agronomists, financiers, processors, marketers, all of them, their scale, tenacity, and drive has taken this industry from strength to strength and put macadamia farming in this country on the global stage. I think we are about number 3 or 4, maybe number 4 in the world, 2 in Africa, in terms of production of this crop. This conference comes at a time when we are undertaking deliberate reforms in agriculture as the Kenya Kwanza administration. Why? Because 2/3 of Kenyans derive either all their income or part of their income from agriculture. And that's why Kenya Kwanza administration has agriculture as one of the pillars for transforming this country from the bottom up. We have therefore set forth ambitious objectives aimed at catalyzing transformation and inclusive growth. And our reforms as government are farmer-centric, just like this conference, focused on reducing the cost of food, increasing agricultural value addition, and bringing higher earnings for farmers. Allow me, therefore, just to make very broad interventions we've done in agriculture before I talk about macadamia, which is the theme of this conference. One of the things that we have assured as a way of guaranteeing food security and revitalizing agriculture has been to undertake a very ambitious program of farmer registration. We have registered 6.4 all manner of crops, the acreage, what they do, their income levels. And that farmer registration is ongoing because we believe there are more farmers who are yet to be registered. And it has helped us in our planning for this sector. So that process of farmer registration is one of the interventions we started with. Number 2, we started very early with the national program for distribution of subsidized fertilizer. In 2022, when this government took over, the cost of fertilizer was somewhere between 7,000 and 7,500 per bag of 50 kilograms. We used government resources to bring that cost down. And this is fertilizer for all crops to 2,500. That subsidized fertilizer program, certified seeds, and favorable weather are the 3 factors that are responsible to some of these changes we've seen in the growth of our agricultural sector. Of course, we've had other interventions specific to certain crops, like the Coffee Advanced Cherry Fund, which we brought from 2 billion shillings to 7 billion shillings. And that, again, has had its effect, and the effect is showing even as we speak, as one of the things that have catapulted coffee prices 3-folds, 4-folds into highs never realized in the last 35 years. We, therefore, are on course of revitalizing agriculture. There is a lot that needs to be done, especially in the livestock, the dairy and livestock sector. And we are also aware that because of climate change, as some of the speakers have said, we are experiencing unpredictable weather, and that is disrupting our productivity of both the crops and also the livestock sector. We've had crop failure, we've had livestock deaths because of harsh weather. But nevertheless, we are investing in innovative technologies that are climate smart, that will help us overcome the challenges of climate change and push agriculture to the next level. What have we been able to achieve so far? Already, we've distributed 14.7 million bags of fertilizer between 2022 and now. Last year alone, we distributed 5 million bags of planting fertilizer and 2.8 million bags of top dressing fertilizer. That was last year, and that has helped us to bring down the cost of fertilizer. As I've said, it has also given us food security. This year we intend to distribute 12.5 million bags of planting and top dressing fertilizer. And we hope that should help us take production to new levels. Allow me to say also that we are now concentrating in refining the fertilizer delivery and distribution model to make sure all farmers get fertilizer at the right time, they get the right fertilizer for what they grow, and we are investing in cooperation and support with the county government to a very efficient last mile delivery where the farmer gets the fertilizer at their doorstep, literally. We also don't want late arrival of fertilizer. For example, fertilizer, certain types needs to come when the rains are setting in to allow it to sink and dissolve in the soil. If it doesn't arrive at when the rains are coming, setting in, it will not be as effective. Tea. 2022, we found earnings, Kenya earnings, export earnings from tea at 138 billion shillings. The following year, 2023, as a country, we were able to push this from 138 to 181 billion shillings. Last year, 2024, we pushed it further from 181 billion shillings to a record 215 billion shillings. Again, something we've never achieved in the past. Why did we get this progress? We removed VAT on teas purchased from local tea factories and equipment imported for value addition in cottage industries. We also distributed climate-smart, high-yielding tea seedlings to farmers. We also enhanced research and capacity building for 294 micro, small, and medium enterprises on manufacture of specialty teas, value addition and product diversification in collaboration with the Tea Board of Kenya. These are some of the interventions that took us there. We did not achieve that just like that. Of course, we also availed for the first time subsidized fertilizer to KTDA. On maize, again, production has risen from just last year, from 2022, 34 million bags to 46 million bags. We are closing the gap on importation of maize. Maize production has increased, or rather, we have been able to decrease the importation of maize by 6%. And we are on target to make sure that we make that, or we retain that at zero. Coffee, again, even without expanding the acreage under coffee production, our interventions as this government has brought an increase in export earnings in coffee from 25 billion in 2022 to 34 billion in 2024. Because of certain interventions around fertilizer, around governance in the coffee cooperatives, and the reforms we are doing at the Nairobi Coffee Exchange, removing cartels and multiple licenses, carefully thought out government interventions that are yielding fruits. The prices, which were 50 to 60 shillings a kilo of cherry, now are going for 130, 140, 150 shillings a kilo. There is promise that the prices can only go up. We are also investing in other value chains, edible oils, sugarcane, nuts, rice, etc., etc. And in livestock, we are also doing interventions again Because of the theme of today, I will not belabor that, but we have exported last year 42,000 cattle, 9,600 sheep and goats, and over 2 million chicken to international markets, including Oman, Tanzania, Uganda, Mauritius, Seychelles, and the DRC, among other countries. Our milk production has gone up. We have attained the guaranteed minimum return price of 50 shillings. We found it at 33 shillings. Work in progress again. We still have areas of concern around animal feeds to try and bring the cost of animal feeds down. We are working on it in this financial year, and that should give us better returns to farmers of milk. We are vaccinating our cows. I have just told you the President's meeting today with all governors in the Republic of Kenya, all county governors. Or I should have said all governors except the governor of the Central Bank of Kenya. This meeting is on the vaccination. We have 22 million heads of cattle, one of the largest in Africa, around number 3, number 4 there. One of the largest herds of cattle in Africa is found in Kenya here. 22 million, 50 million small stocks, goats and sheep. We've gotten market for them, but we've been told our livestock vaccination program is almost collapsed because only 10% of our livestock is vaccinated. Livestock vaccination program is almost collapsed because only 10% of our livestock is vaccinated. And we've been told to access international markets, we need herd immunity, where you have vaccinated more than 80% of your livestock. That's why we are rolling out that program. And we are relying on Governor Barire and the team within the Council of Governors to join hands with national government so that we vaccinate our cows. Unfortunately, I had some politics around it sometimes last year. And you know, I don't stop wondering about magical Kenya and how we politicize even science. Now, as we do this, we are looking at value chains. Allow me to say another intervention, the last one that is cross-cutting, is on the establishment of county aggregation and industrial parks in the 47 counties. The national government, in collaboration with county governments, is putting up in every county a county aggregation and industrial park. And we're asking county governments to work with national governments to aggregate farmers, first of all, in cooperatives, and then identify the value chains that will be aggregated in the county aggregation and industrial park. And I know for EMBU, macadamia is one of those crops. The KIPE in EMBU is one of the ones we have given priority because the county government of EMBU put a lot of effort, more than other counties. So what we did, because we need to allocate national government resources where there is effort from the respective county governments, we have identified 13 counties which are in the priority category of completing their KIPEs. EMBU is one of them in this region. Kirinyaga is another one. Meru is another one. And then we have 13 others spread in other parts of the country. I think Migori, Busia, Bungoma, Kakamega, I think Uasin Gishu, and a few others. Those 13 KIPEs will be completed and will be operational by 31st December this year. We will go out of our way, and I'm the one who chairs that intergovernmental effort on behalf of the President. We will make sure it happens, because that is the first step towards value addition and taking agriculture to the next level. So I think there are about 4 or 5 crops here in EMBU County which have been identified through public participation to be aggregated at the EMBU KIPE. One of them is macadamia. And we want to add value here, aggregate and add value. So we are working on the enabler facilities to take to the KIPE, like water, electricity, and ICT, and roads. And that's why I'm chairing that effort to make sure that by that 1st of December this year, at least 13 counties in Kenya will have completed and operational KIPES, which His Excellency the President can come and commission. Next year, we'll pick on another cohort, let's say of 15 or so. And gradually, we are going to make Kenya take the first step towards manufacturing and industrialization and value addition through the Kenya Kwanza Manifesto on one county or on one KIPE per county in the next 2 years. So, good people, I hope macadamia farmers and stakeholders are ready to optimize the EMBU KIPE and aggregate so that macadamia becomes one of the products to be aggregated for value addition at the EMBU KIPE towards the end of the year. We also like this idea of bringing stakeholders together, farmers and processors and everyone in between, and government, both national and county. This is the way to go, because the future is going to be defined by partnerships, technology, and people. Three things that will define the 22nd century. It is partnerships, technology, and people. If we get those three things right, we will take Kenya, Africa to the next level, and will make Kenya play a greater role in the world than it is playing today. Kenya is the fourth largest producer of macadamia in the world and second in Africa, thanks to our favorable climate and growing investment in processing. We have over 200,000 smallholder farmers actively growing macadamia across the country, contributing to household incomes and the economy. The subsector is supported by 40 processing companies, more than 40 processing companies, many of them based in rural areas, and many of them are creating jobs for youths and women, which is an important national development agenda. You've already seen the young people here. I am very happy to see young people passionate about farming and deliberate and so energized. And I want to request DG that the county government of EMBU should support these young people. And as you see how to support these young people, some of whom have spoken here, let us know. Some of us would also want to lend our hand to support these young people, because these are the billionaires of tomorrow. These are the people who will take over from where the founders of macadamia farming, the people like Peter Munga and Pius Ngugi, these are the new generation, titans of this industry, and we really want to be part of your success, good people. Now, I really don't want to bother you with so many things. I just want to commend the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development. I know we have interventions we are making in the next phase of our transformation of this macadamia value chain around seedling support, expansion of market through promotional activities, through enforcement of the regulatory framework. We are not going to allow the export from Kenya of in-shell macadamia unprocessed. We will not allow. We catch you, we put you in jail. Let us value add, because once value addition takes place, the prices just multiply tenfold, the value, the return. And therefore, we are not going to renege on this policy. We'll be very firm. Trust you me, we will enforce this policy. At least you can trust a former interior minister when they assure you that there will be enforcement. We will make sure that we have caught a few. We just intercepted some characters just last week, AFA and our enforcement teams, and we are going to be very vigilant. We cannot allow Kenyan farmers to be exploited, and we cannot export our precious macadamia commodities at throwaway prices. We are also, I'm also aware the county government of EMBU and other counties, county governments where macadamia is grown are also doing their part, as the DG has already said on behalf of the governor, and therefore this should be a collaborative approach. We need more concerted effort. We have a gap around extension facilities, extension services to farmers. One of the key enablers for transformation of agriculture is extension services. And between us and county government, the national government and county government should find a way to ensure that macadamia farmers get quality, timely extension services. We are working on budgetary support to our national government departments that's in agriculture and AFA to make sure they have enough resources to play this role. Now, I think let me leave it there for now. I just thought I should say a few things. The other things I can say some other time, because I am a frequent visitor. And not just a frequent visitor. As I said, EMBU is home. And there's nobody who is disputing that. If anybody is disputing, let me know. So I am very happy to see all of you. I'll come back again, Professor Mugendi. I have a date with the university. I really need to come and learn the best practices that you and your team have put here to make EMBU University consistently a leading university, a leading parastatal matters governor. The political leaders of EMBU, you have my full support, not just on macadamia and mogoka, on anything. And the cry of your people is my cry as well. And not just EMBU or the other counties across Kenya, because we have one country and we owe each other mutual solidarity. I want to thank you once more, and with those very many remarks, appreciate your time. I will now ask, you know, we are bottom-up people, but because of the complicated nature and the busy schedule that all of us have across the country, sometimes we do something called trickle-down. So I'm going to ask the Minister for Public Service, who is, you know, traditionally he should have spoken before me. But those are old things. Those are old things, because if we go that route, we will be in one event the whole day, isn't it? So the one who ask CS Roko, you make brief remarks, these people are hungry, they want to go for lunch. And then you invite the MPs and then maybe the speaker on behalf of the county assembly, then you hand over the meeting to PS Rono and the team. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki. Thank you.
Asante Mheshimiwa Naibu wa Rais, tafadhali kwa ruhusa yako sasa. Halmashauri ya upanzi wa mmea huu inaomba sana picha moja tu kwa sababu ya kumbukizi. Board members, tafadhali kwa haraka kidogo. Ambayo itawaendea wakulima wa